Well, a record-setting number of voters turning up in Allen County. The turnout of early voting numbers making it easier for voters on Election Day to cast their votes. Fox 55's Chris Malooly has been at the Allen County Coliseum as votes get counted this afternoon. Chris.
Yeah, Hunter, this is something that's been continuing. It's been interesting to speak with Allen County board members of the election board because they weren't sure how this election was going to turn out. Obviously, you had so many concerns about early voting, about locations, about the long lines that we were going to see. But when I spoke with a number of Allen County board election members, they said no real location here in Allen County had a lot of boards. So we'll show you some video from inside when they were counting all these votes up. The polling locations, none of them really had long lines, maybe a little bit in the beginning around 7:30, 8 o'clock. But as the afternoon came on into the evening, some didn't really see any lines at all. And a lot of the poll workers, when they were coming into the board, election room, they were pretty pleased with how everything went and were happy that everything was going on in a timely fashion. Everything was going according to plan, as much according to plan as possible. Everything going on with the COVID crisis right now. And I was able to speak with Tom Harden, who's on the Allen County Election Board, and even he was surprised at how easy it was for some people to vote today, but also shocked at the sheer number of voters we saw over the past couple weeks.
Of all of the early voting, 105,000 roughly, that did alleviate the pressure and the tension in the 70 voting locations. We were a bit concerned because we did reduce it from 116 to 70, and so, you know, theoretically, that could have put pressure on those voting locations. But as it turns out, there are very few precincts that or voting locations that had long waits, and it went very smoothly.
Yeah, and you heard it right there, pretty smoothly, and even with those locations going down from 116 to 70, and that was something that they tried to test out during the primaries back in June and July. When I spoke with Tom back then, even he was kind of concerned about how many early voters would be coming in. They saw a record number of votes coming in early during the primaries, saw it again here today. But the question is, what's coming up next? There's still votes continuing to be counted, and we're going to talk about that later on in the show. For now, reporting live, Fox 55, Chris Malooly.